Guys, it's your boy Dark Fable here with the deck profile from my friend Ben, aka
Silver Maxis,
with this new Gold Paladin deck. Let's get started.
Yep. Well, starting off, we got Liberator. You know, a good starter. He's basically a grade 0 Bruno, except you have to be in Legion to get his effect. But he is really useful. I really like this guy's effect. He is a good starter overall.
Okay, next.
Alrighty. Next up, we got our grade 3s. Starting off, two glares, and I didn't have them
Organized,
yeah. Two glares!
We all know what they do, so...
Yep, pretty much. They're basically just the...
Giant mail...
They're pretty much Glory Maelstrom, except different.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have the Counterblast. You can sack a unit, search top 4 for replacement. Really useful card.
Okay.
Next up, we have 3 Prominence Core.
Essentially the same thing as Glare, but it's really more...
he gains 3,000...
for either Spirit calling him or his mate, Aglavale.
Yeah, and this guy's useful. Not as useful as Glare, but I still like him in the deck.
Just because he applies a little bit of pressure.
And then, last but not least, my avatar, Percival. Seriously, this guy has got me out of so many jams. Just able to refill the field with checking the top 4 cards. Combine that with Lawful Trumpeter, that's 2 units for checking the top 7, basically. And this guy's just really good. I mean, sure, he's basically a vanilla after you use his effect, but still, that's really good Legion, I must admit, don't you think?
Very much so.
Yep,
Okay,
anyway,
so... grade 2s, we have...
Yep, next up we got my grade 2s, which is basically, we got the Legion mates, Aglavale and Aglavale. It's funny that they're both called Aglavale. And so basically, this guy's pretty good because you call him, and
he doesn't have to be superior called.
Yep. Counterblast 1, check the top 3, and call a unit. Really good. This guy's an 11k beat stick, but he also has the effect when he's superior called. You can Soul Blast 1 and do a top 5 grade 3 search, because, you know, all of mine are bluish flames, so yeah. This guy's useful. I really like these guys' effects. They really work well together and stuff. Next up, for my other grade 2s that are not Aglavale, we got 2 Brenius. This guy, he is a really good card that when another unit is superior called, he gains +2 power, and when he attacks, if he hits a Vanguard, he can unflip a damage, and that effect stacks, so you can basically countercharge your entire damage zone if you're good enough. You've got like a massive amount of chain calling and whatnot. Anyways, next up we got Lawful Trumpeter. Basically, he has basically the effect of Percival, except for it's the top 3, and he's not on the Vanguard circle. But basically, you know, he's on the rear guard. You can call from the top 3. So very useful effect. That's basically my grade 2s. Next up, grade 1s. You got Bruno, because, you know, Bruno's important. I mean,
as always.
Yeah, he's pretty much an essential if you're playing Bluish Flames, or hell, even like a lot of Liberator decks would use Bruno, because he's just that good. If you guys don't know what Bruno's effect is, if another unit superior called while he's on the field,
he gains this at 3k.
Yep, 3k, and that effect stacks, so basically he becomes a 10k fighter if you just call 1, but if you call a whole bunch of them, he can be pretty crazy, especially with Glare.
Okay, next up.
Yep, next up we've got new guys that I'm using, Invitation Liberator Ruud. I was originally using Zoran, but this guy works just as well, you know. Instead of, like, burst chain calling, we got this stuff, and he's pretty much, when he boosts an attack that hits a Vanguard, you can put him in the soul, check the top 3, call. He's pretty good, really useful. Good for an extra 3k boost during the battle phase. Oh, and next up we've got 2 Josephus, because we're doing a lot of we're building up the soul a lot with, you know, rewriting and with Ruud's skill. So this guy is really important, you know, because you can soul blast him and then you can draw a card. So yeah, I really like this guy. He's a good guy. And next up we've got our perfect guards, because, you know, perfect guards. Got 3 of the new guy from set 3, Holy Mage, I don't know how you pronounce that name.
Bradiri.
Yep, and then 1 Mark, because I can't get that 4th Bradiri. I'm hoping I can get the flip guard soon, but...
In the meantime, just deal with it.
Yep, but you might be wondering, but Silver, why would...
No, I think it's already pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, you don't want to have him called.
Yeah,
so,
everybody pretty much knows that.
Kind of ruined my joke, dude.
Sorry.
Oh, well.
Alright, now
anyways, next up on to the triggers, we got generic 4 heals. I mean, if you're not running heals, you're either very bold or very stupid. I mean, that's pretty much the self-explanatory. Then we got 10 crits and 2 stand. Now then, to explain with these guys, I really like this critical trigger.
Getting a little silver?
This trigger is really good. Basically, you don't even have to superior call. It's just you superior call this trigger, it goes to the bottom of the deck, and you search for your grade 3, and it's a critical trigger. This is a grade 3 searcher critical trigger.
He cycles himself.
I love this thing.
He cycles himself out like Catch Goal here.
Exactly. And I love this guy so much. And then Catch Goal.
We already know
superior call. Yeah, check the top 3. Pretty self-explanatory. Really good. And also good for shuffling the deck and stuff. Onto the strides. We've got 3 Fast Chase Golden Knight Campbell, and this guy is really good because when he hits a Vanguard, check the top 5, superior call, and he gains +2.
Basically, it's really like the gold version of the Pale Moose, right?
Yep, and he's a rare, so he's pretty easy to find. I'm thinking I'm gonna take out one of him and one of Atmos once I can get Scourge Point Dragon and put 2 of Scourge Point in.
Okay.
Because that guy's really good. You know, and just in case you don't know what he does, when a unit superior called, Scourge Point gains 5,000 and that unit gains 5,000. But anyways.
Instant tandem. It's like a royal. It's like that should be for royals, not gold.
I don't know. Golds are pretty similar to royals. Next up, 2 of Spear Cross Dragon. This guy is really good, but I mostly use him as a last resort, just in case I'm, like, facing against Narukami or something, who completely wipes my field. D'Angelo.
Yep, that's me, Narukami.
Ay, jeez. And so, basically, Counterblast 2, then G-Persona Blast, it would be G-Persona Blast. And when he's placed on the rear guard, check the top 5, and for each unit in your G zone, you can superior call. Yeah, exactly. So if you have 5 units in the G zone, then entire field. It's pretty much like Monarch Alfred. Next up, we got 2 Atmos. This guy's really good, but I'm thinking I'll cut him down to 1. Basically a counterblast 1, and he gains 10,000 power. Really good effect, but, you know, he's generic.
Yeah, okay, and
then last but not least, we've got Snow Element Blizza. Blizza's effect is really good. This guy is kind of your...
last resort?
your final...
wall.
Yeah, final end. This is basically final turn material here. Counterblast 1, flip up a unit in your G zone, and gains 5,000 for each unit in the G zone. Really useful card.
A potential plus 35 right here.
Yeah, so this guy ends games. This guy ends games hard.
Very much.
But anyway, so this has been Silver Maxis, and this has been my Gold Paladin deck.
Alright guys, Darfield 14 signing out. Later.